welcome to Online Turkish School lesson number 6. This lesson is going to be the follow-up of the 5th lesson, so if you haven't watched it already, I strongly recommend that you watch it now, because otherwise it's not going to make sense. So that's it. YouTube only allows me to do videos for 15 minutes, so I couldn't all squeeze them in the 5th lesson. In this lesson we're going to continue. However, I want to revise a little bit. So let's see. In order to say my, you have to say benim, and then add the letter M at the end of the word. But if the word already ends in a consonant, it's going to be difficult to say consonant plus M. That's a little difficult. In which case, we introduced a helper vowel. You have to pick one of these. I, U, U, U. Alright? Sounds familiar? Familiar? You have to pick one of these according to the vowel harmony. And that according to the last letter of the word. So that's that. In order to say our, pretty much the same thing with above. Just one thing, you change benim with bizim because it's our. You add M, and if necessary you add these vowels. Plus you also add an is, which you harmonize again. Okay. To say your, talking to one person only, you have to say senin, and then add an N. And if necessary, you again add these vowels, of course. And if you're talking to more than one person, in English it doesn't matter, but in Turkish it does, you say sizin, and the same thing as the first your, but plus you also add an is, which you harmonize again. That's the idea. Now, I'm not going to explain these in details again, because I already did it in the 5th lesson. This is the resume of it. You can go back and watch it. Now in this video we're going to be learning how to say his, her, its, their, etc. But before that, I'd like you to learn some new vocabulary. Okay? Let's expand our vocabulary first. So, let's see. So, this is a room, as you see. Let's learn some vocabulary. Halı, carpet. Halı, duvar, wall, duvar. This is also used for Facebook. Someone's wall, you write on someone's wall, etc. I'm not using Facebook, so I'm not really familiar with that thing, but anyway. Masa, table, masa. Pencere, window, pencere. This is also used for computer stuff, like to open a window, close the window, minimize the window, etc. The same thing. Lamba, lamp, lamba. Bilgisayar, computer, bilgisayar. But this is a special type of computer, right? Specifically a notebook. So in Turkish we have special words for that too, of course. Dizüstü, dizüstü literally means laptop, but actually it means knee top, but same thing. And we also sometimes use a laptop. No, of course, we always use it, sorry. We always use a laptop. We don't, however, use the word notebook so much. I mean, for example, my father wouldn't know of it. And someone who is not interested in computers, etc., wouldn't recognize the word notebook. So we don't use it in daily life. Of course, if the person is interested in these things, technology, etc., he would know it, but that's it. Raf. Raf means bookshelf. Raf, bookshelf. Düğme. Düğme. Button. Düğme. This is also used for the clothes. You button or unbutton. Perde means curtain. Perde. The thing in theaters, the curtains close, etc. At the end of the act, etc. That's also perde. And this type of perde, it's a special type of perde, which moves vertically, right? So this is called stor. You don't have to know it, but those who are interested in decoration, etc., this is called stor. But perde is also okay. Takvim, calendar. Takvim, takvim, calendar. Çekmece, drawer. Çekmece, drawer. Sandalye, chair, sandalye, chair. And this whole place is a room, right? In Turkish it's called oda. Oda means room, oda. These are really useful words. For one thing, I'm going to be using them in my video in the following minute. But for a second thing, you should know these because these are really important, useful words. So yeah, memorize them. In English, we have 3 genders. So when we say his, her, it's also got 3 genders. Changes. But in Turkish, since we don't have genders, all 3 of them equates to one thing, onun. So in Turkish, onun can mean his, her, or its. It depends on the context. To say their, we say onların. Now the formula is, it's going to be the same for both his, her, its, and their. So you say onun or onların, and then say the word, and then add i, u, or u, depending on the vowel harmony, and then if necessary you add an s. Now you must be asking, what do you mean if necessary? How do I know if it is necessary? You're going to see it in a minute. Now for now, just know that you just add the word and then add i, u, or u, okay? So if we want to say her calendar, we need to translate her, it's going to be onun, and calendar, it's going to be takvim. And then we're going to add, if you remember, u, i, u, or u, because it's his or her or its, etc. Now I added it and I harmonized it, so it's e. At the moment you must be thinking, oh, I'm spending like hours and hours to decide which vowel to pick from, how vowel harmony is too difficult, etc. I assure you, it's gonna get better. Okay. At the moment you must be doing like high mathematic for calculation, etc. Which vowel? What is the last vowel? What is the next vowel, etc. It's gonna get better. Okay, just keep on practicing. Like in 1 week or 2 weeks, you're gonna be a master. So let's write it in a normal way. Onun takvimi, her calendar. Of course, this can also be his calendar. It depends on the context. Now let's try to say his wall. Wall is duvar. So onun again, duvar plus the u, i, u, u. It's gonna be u, vowel harmony. Onun duvarı. Okay. Their bookshelf. Bookshelf is raf. So onların. Raf plus e. It's gonna be roughly again. So if we see the whole thing. Oh, there's been a mistake there. Sorry. It has to be onların. Onların rafı. Even if it was, his bookshelf, it would have been the same thing. So that's a mistake there. Now let's see some other type of word. His drawer. His drawer. If you remember, drawer is çekmece. So onun çekmece. I'm gonna add e, çekmece e. That's a little difficult to say, right? Onun çekmece e. That's difficult. So what we do is adding a helper. This time a consonant. The S. The S that you saw, we use it here. Now, the word it becomes onun çekmecesi. Now, if you pay attention in Turkish, what we try to achieve is, as much as possible, the sequence of vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay? We try not to put 2 vowels or 2 consonants together. If 2 vowels are together, we try to squeeze a consonant in between. In this case, S. Or if 2 vowels if 2 consonants come together, then we try to squeeze a helper vowel in between. Okay, it's always going to be the logic of Turkish, even in future. Another word, her room, onun oda plus ı, oda ı, 2 vowels. Now we're going to say onun odası. And another word, their window. Onların, window is pencere. We add the vowel, which is e, and it's going to become onların penceresi. Now let's take two words. First is ev, and the second is oda. And let's try to say my, your, his for all the persons, okay? So it's going to be the summary of 5th lesson and this lesson. Okay, let's see them all in one window. So to say my house, you will say evim. Because a house, the word ev ends in a consonant, so we can't directly squeeze another consonant m, 2 consonants. We don't want that. We squeeze a helper vowel, evim. Evin, evi. Evimiz, eviniz, evi. And for the word oda, since oda ends in a vowel, adding an m directly is no problem. So because it's vowel plus consonant, perfect. Odan, the same thing. However, for the third person, we need to squeeze an s because otherwise it's going to be 2 vowels, a, ı. Odamız, odanız, odası. You can pause this and, try to revise what you have learned and confirm what you have learned. Okay. Now let's try something else. We learned how to say his car. Car is arabam. Onun arabası. Now instead of his, if we try to say someone's name, okay, let's say Jack's car. Okay. Let's see what happens and let's try to make a rule out of this. Okay. First let's see the sentences. Jack'in arabası. Okay, so Jack is the possessor. It received an in. Alright. Kaan's house. Kaan is a male name. Kaan's house. Kaan'ın evi. Alright. It received the in. Just vowel harmonized. Pınar's room. Pınar is a female name. Pınar'ın odası. Okay, the same thing. The possessor received an in. Harmonized. Hakan's pencil. Hakan is a male name. Hakan'ın kalemi. Alright, no problem. Özgün's key. Özgün'ün anahtarı. Alright, the same thing, just vowel harmonized, right? I, I, U, Ü, Ü. Özgün'ün anahtarı. Damla's cat. Alright, so here we pay attention. Damla ends in a vowel. Let's see what happens. Damla'nın anahtarı. Alright, so the possessor receives in, but if the possessor ends in a vowel, vowel plus in is going to be difficult, so we squeeze a consonant in between, which is n. Alright, so if one of you is called Michael, it's going to be Michael'ın, un. But if your name is Joe, it's going to be Jo'nun, because Jo'un would be difficult. Let's see the rule, however. You look at the last letter of the word, if it is a consonant or if it is a vowel, okay? So if it's a consonant, you add directly in, and you harmonize it. If it's a vowel, you add nin, and you harmonize it again. One more thing. In English, we can say X is Y, like Jack's car, Michael's friend, especially for the people, for the living animals, living things, sorry. Or Y of X, the reverse, where the possessed thing comes first, like the door of the house, the entrance of the building, etc. In Turkish, however, we do all these with one formula, which is X and in, Y, S, E. The letters in parentheses, use them if necessary. So let's see how to say Jack's car. Jack is the possessor, so Jack'in arabası. Michael's friend, Michael is the possessor, so Michael'ın arkadaşı. The door of the house, house is the possessor, so it's going to come first. Evin, kapısı. The entrance of the building, building is bina and it's the possessor, so it's going to come first. Binanın girişi. Now I want to try something longer. My friend's father's brother's car. Let's see. My friend is the possessor. So my friend is arkadaşım, it's the possessor, so ın, okay. What does it possess? Father, okay, babası. Now father's brother, father is possessor. Babası ends in a vowel, however, so it's going to receive another extra n. Babasının, brother, kardeş, kardeşi, okay. Now brother's car, brother is the possessor, and it ends in a vowel, so kardeşinin car, arabası. My friend's father's brother's car, arkadaşımın babasının kardeşinin arabası. Really easy, right? Or maybe not. Anyway, of course we don't do such sentences in normal speech, but just for theoretically. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I haven't confused you too much. And see you in the next lesson. Bir sonraki derste görüşürüz. Goodbye.